If you already choose the university, wisely of course, and you know why is it important to work besides that, or you may be already working besides that, we can talk about how to maximize this 4 year out of the university. One way to bring the best out of this 4 years is to going abroad with Erasmus. Erasmus is an organization made for give financial help for students who wants to work or study abroad. Probably already heard about it. You or one of your friends already studied abroad with it. But I remember when I was applying for Erasmus, there was a lot of miscommunication and missing information. And I was very curious about the whole program, but I couldn't ask anybody for valuable help or information. That's why I decided to create a video about working/studying abroad with Erasmus and give at least 10 valuable tips for you guys. I don't know if one video is going to be enough for this topic, but we will see. Gathering information. First thing first, what you need to do is gathering information. Ask around where you can go or which is the best semester to go abroad. I bet every school has a mobility office or office for international students, etc. has different name but the same purpose. There's a lot of things you need to consider. How hard is your university and how hard the one you choose? How expensive the country, how far is it? Can you imagine yourself to move to that country after your degree maybe, etc. Let's be honest, this half year abroad is more about having fun, traveling, getting connections and trying out yourself living alone. I'll tell you why I think that way. You can apply for this grant if you successfully accomplish 17 credits out of 30. That's not a hard requirement, even if you choose a hard university. The second thing is that most of the universities does not accept all the subjects you learned abroad. That means even if you successfully accomplish 30 credits out of 30, there could be some subjects that the home university not gonna accept and you need to do it in the next year. If you are a hardcore learner, it could be possible. I don't say not. But the thing is that I think this is not the best way to maximize your Erasmus semester. Let's summarize it. You need to accomplish 17 credits out of 30 and you also need to do more subjects in the next or the previous semester, or you need to apply for one more semester to finish it. Knowing all this information, if you want to maximize your Erasmus, the best you can do is exploring the country, having new friends and connections, learn how differently works the things over there, and studying the culture and the university. Second, choosing a country or university. So if you have all the information, which country or university you can go with your school, let's see a bit closer what you need to consider. First is that how hard a university. That's important because in some universities you can accomplish 30 credits easily, but in some of them you need to work hard to reach those 17. One way to get more information about this is to ask your university if there is anybody who already went there and speak with this person. If there is nobody, you can go to the website of the target university and see if they have a buddy program or any way to communicate with the students who currently study there. If no, the last thing you can do is write an email to the person responsible for international students and ask for some connections. Another thing is that how expensive the country is. That's also important because the money you get from Erasmus, it also depends on it. And here I need to tell you that the whole amount you're going to receive from Erasmus, it's absolutely not gonna be enough for the whole semester. That's 100% sure. But an easy way to check it is to go to numbeo.com and compare your country with the target country, and you will see the difference in prices. Another thing is that how far your home country with your target country. It's also important because if it's close, then you can buy a cheap flying tickets and you can visit your friends and families, for example, every 2 months. And it will make your time abroad much more comfortable. And the other thing is that, is there any time difference? Because it can happen if your home country is too far away from the target country that you cannot communicate with your friends and families even online. So you really need to consider this thing if your dream choice is far away from you. The third one is money you need for it. An interesting part here. As I just said that the money you got from Erasmus is not gonna be enough for the whole semester. Then how much money you need for it? Let's see what you can expect. You can apply for a grant from 300 to 400 euro per month. That depends on the country. That means approximately between 1800 to 2400 euro for a semester. Some of the schools transferring as one part, but other can transfer it in two parts, like 70-30% or 90-10% parts. You get the huger percentage when you start and the smaller when you finish the semester. But for now, let's count as you got 100% at the beginning. The withdrawal used to be late a bit. I remember I had to start the semester at the end of August and the grants arrived at around 20th September. And I was the first one who got it. So that means that you have to find the first month for yourself. And now let's count the costs. The biggest cut is the housing. If you go to western part of Europe, you can expect between 500 to 700 euro. England even higher. But if you go to eastern part of Europe, you can expect about from 200 to 300 euro per month for a room. But there are different prices outside of Europe. This is the part you need to make the biggest research, but do not forget to use nimbo.com. The food price almost the same all around Europe. You can expect about between 150 to 200 euro per month for groceries. The big difference comes when you want to go out. For example, a party with your new friends in Eastern European country could be about 30 or 50 euro, while in Eastern European country it will cost you about 100 and 120 euro. It is the same if you want to eat in a restaurant, use a public transport or any type of service like a hairdresser. And the last costs are phone, gym, internet, etc. Altogether it's about between 30 and 50 euro per month. In total at Western Europe you pay between 800 and 900 euro per month for living, with one party included per month. In total in Eastern Europe you pay about 450-550 euro per month for living, with also one party included per month. But remember, if you go to a lower living standards country with a monthly cost like 500, you will get about 300 from Erasmus, while if you go to a higher living standards country with a living cost of 850, you will get about 400 from Erasmus. Anyway, that means you need to have about 300-400 euro per month beside Erasmus grant. But don't forget that Erasmus pays you in one or maximum two parts. There are two bad things about that. One is that the withdrawal are going to be late, that's almost for sure, and the second one, you can spend it easily if you don't know how to manage income. The hardest thing if you are living in a lower living standards country and you want to apply for a higher one, because that means that you need to save up around 1,000-1,200 euro for the first 1 or 2 months. And in a lower living standards country, that can take you about 3 or 4 months to earn it and save it up. But don't worry, it's absolutely worth it. After a week in a school, start looking for some job for students, and don't worry if you can't find anything, you always can find a McDonald's somewhere. And if you work besides the university, which is not impossible, even if you think that you only need to reach 17 plus credits, then you're going to get the rest of your money you need for living, or even more from the grant. Okay, I think that's it for today. We're going to continue the list in the next episode and next Saturday. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a like on the video. We're going to see you in the next Saturday. Enjoy the weekend. Bye.
I got problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems I solve them. I run through the money, the pressure be calling. Left on my blessings, I feel like I'm falling. The birdie is back, tell me I'm garbage. I'm going through something, that's why I ain't calling. Phone and progression, it's all that I wanted. The phone and affection, I summon and dub it. Cause I got problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems I solve them. I run through the money, the pressure be calling.